Hi everyone, and welcome back to Storytime. Today we have a wonderful Little Learner Storytime, and we're focusing all about Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So we have a great book that features Martin Luther King Jr. It's also about children and how they can change the world. And then we have a wonderful poem all about accepting yourself in that place that's deep down inside of you. And it touches on a lot of the feelings that many Black Americans feel today in the US. So our opening song that we always start with goes, we clap and sing hello, we clap and sing hello, with all our friends at story time, we clap and sing hello. We wave and sing hello, we wave and sing hello, with all our friends at story time, we wave and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello, we stomp and sing hello, with all our friends at story time, we stomp and sing hello. Hello. So, our first fun activity is a finger rhyme that we do. It's called Dance Your Fingers, and this helps build all those little muscles in our hands that we need in order to do all the things we need in school, say holding a pencil or cutting things with scissors and things like that. So we dance your fingers up, dance your fingers down, dance your fingers side to side, dance them all around. Dance them on your shoulder, dance them on your head, dance them on your knees, then put them straight to bed. Eyes open, eyes closed. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your nose. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Make a smile, make a frown. Wiggle, clap, wiggle, snap. Let your hands fly right to your lap. Awesome job, everyone. So now that we've gotten our fingers all warmed up and got their wiggles out, we're going to go ahead with our 5-finger breathing exercise like we did last week, where we trace our hand and we breathe in as we trace up, and when we trace down, we breathe out. So we're going to do that for all of our fingers, and if you need this as a break to take a 10-finger break, do that, and when you're finished with one hand, do it with the other one. And that can just give you a little moment of calm and peace to think about your day and to let all of those crazy emotions out and let all your sillies out and help you feel a little bit better. So we breathe in and out. And last one, and let it all out in a big sigh. Oh, I feel so much better already. So let's now get into our next fun little rhyme, and it's called One Fluffy Quilt, which is one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things when I was a kid was wrapping up in a big fluffy quilt and sitting on the couch and watching TV. But this rhyme is all about getting ready for bed. So we go, one fluffy quilt on my bed, 2 little pillows for my head, 3 teddy bears to hold so tight. Now I'm ready for a cozy night. We can do that one more time. One fluffy quilt on my bed, 2 little pillows for my head, 3 teddy bears to hold so tight. Now I'm ready for a cozy night. All right, everyone, let's get started with our first book of the story time, which is this wonderful book called Let the Children March. And this is by Monica Clark Robinson, and this book is available from the Jonesboro Library. "1963, Birmingham, Alabama. I couldn't play on the same playground as the white kids. I couldn't go to their schools. I couldn't drink from their water fountains. There were so many things I couldn't do. One warm spring night, my family went to church. We weren't there to have regular services. We were there to hear Dr. King speak. We were there to plan. He wanted to raise an army of peaceful protesters to fight for freedom. His brown eyes flashing fire and love, Dr. King told us the time had come to march. If I march, Mama said, I'll lose my job, sure enough. I can't march, Daddy said. I got a family to feed. The weight of the world rested on our parents' shoulders. But this burden, this time, did not have to be theirs to bear. I don't have a boss to fear, my brother said, or a job to lose. We can march this time. We'll be Dr. King's army, I said. I'll be fine, Daddy, I promised. Don't worry, Mama. Dr. King didn't like children being put in harm's way. He was a daddy too, after all. But he said that though we were young, we were not too young to want our freedom. Let the children march. They will lead the way. On May 2nd, a sunny Thursday, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, cousins and friends, we all met at the church, dressed in our best, feet ready. In a silence so loud that all I could hear was my racing heart, we began to walk. Hand in hand we marched, so frightened, yet certain of what was right for freedom. The path may be long and troubled, but I'm gonna walk on. Would I be hurt? Would we be heard? Would it be worth it in the end? I wanted to run from the angry faces in the crowd, run from danger, run from fear. Boys and girls, brothers and sisters, cousins and friends, on we marched, we marched, we marched. Singing the songs of freedom, 1,000 strong we came. Hate dogged my heels all that day. Its yellowed canine teeth sharp, but courage walked by my side and kept me going. Disperse or you'll be jailed, the police shouted the first day. Disperse or you'll get wet, the police shouted the second day. Disperse or we'll release the dogs, the police shouted on the third day. We did not disperse. We kept on marching. We wouldn't stop until things started to change. Hundreds of us went to jail on the first day, and even more on the second. My turn wasn't until the third day. After I was sprayed by water stronger than anything I've ever felt, rough hands pushed me forward and I fell to my knees in the police wagon. I was going to jail. Dr. King reassured our parents. Don't worry about your children, he said. They're going to be all right. Don't hold them back if they want to go to jail, for they are doing the job for not only themselves, but for all of America and all of mankind. That night, crowded into a cell too small for even half of the kids, we sang, "We shall overcome. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. And freedom is coming." Our parents couldn't be there with us, but still we sang, wrapped in the proud and loving arms of our ancestors. I was still in jail, but we heard the next day, then the next, more kids marched. The water hoses they used to sting us could not stop our fierce tide. The path may be long and troubled, but I'm gonna walk on. Turn the other cheek, we had been taught. Show love where there is hate. The world watched as hate bruised us, but for 7 days we walked only in love. The jails swelled to bursting, and even President Kennedy took notice. Daddy said the president received letters and calls about us from all over the world. Our march would become a memory, a small part of a larger story. But we had been heard, and the seeds of revolution were sown. 2 days and nights I stayed in the jail. Some stayed even longer. When I left, I was tired and sore, and my best dress was ripped, but my smile was as wide as the Mississippi River. I had made a difference. I'm so proud of you, baby girl, Mama said. Your march was what made them see. With nothing more than our feet, voices, and courage, we had done what others could not. Change was right around the corner, and we felt it like a cool breeze in an Alabama August. On May 10th, the great news rang out. Dr. King had reached an agreement with the white leaders of the city. Desegregation would begin. One month later, I was playing on a playground I'd never been allowed to play on before. 2 months later, my family ate diner we'd never been allowed to eat in before. Our march made the difference. We children led the way. Singing the songs of freedom, 1,000 strong, we came. And that is the end. What a wonderful story all about how children changed American history. All right, so now we have this fun action song called Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. This is actually from The Wiggles, which I loved watching when I was a kid. So this is so much fun for me, and I hope that you enjoy Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. So we've got a couple of motions that go with it, but the main one is this motion where you are bringing your hands together and sliding them apart. So we go, zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! I love that one. It is so much fun, and you can jump up as high as you can at blast off, and it makes it super fun. All right, so let's get started with our second book of this story time, which is a wonderful poem called A Place Inside of Me, a Poem to Heal the Heart. And this is by Zetta, Elliott. And this is actually a Caldecott Honor Book, which is a really, really great prize that awesome books win. So, there is a place inside of me. A space deep down inside of me, where all of my feelings hide. They wait there in the darkness, a knot of electric emotion, seething, sizzling, burning, until I find the strength to reach inside. There is joy inside of me, a happiness deep down inside of me that glows bright and warm as the sun and shines delight on everything I see. There is sorrow inside of me, a sadness deep down inside of me that is cold and dark as a watery grave at the bottom of the sea. There is fear inside of me. A terror deep down inside of me that stalks me like a sinister shadow and seeps like poison into my dreams. There is anger inside of me. A fury deep down inside of me that is sharp enough to slice through air, flesh, bone, and concrete. And yet, there is a hunger inside of me, a yearning deep down inside of me that refuses to be silenced or bound with chains and insists on being free. There is pride inside of me. There is no shame deep down inside of me. For I know how long and hard we have struggled, and against all odds, my people have emerged strong. Triumphant and beautiful. There is peace inside of me, a calm deep down inside of me that flows through my soul like a tranquil stream and hushes my whispering doubts. There is compassion inside of me, a tenderness deep down inside of me that tries to heal the wounds of the past and to forgive in spite of the lingering pain. There is hope inside of me. There is still hope inside of me, a promise deep down inside of me that I will use my life to help others and they will help me in return. For there is love inside of me, true love deep down inside of me. I am in love with my people, all people, plus trees, sparrows, sunlight, and the rain that falls like a blessing from above. And when I look inside of me, to that place deep down inside of me, I remember to love myself most of all. What a wonderful book. And again, this is A Place Inside of Me, a poem to heal the heart by Zetta Elliott, and this book is available from the Jonesboro Library. All right, so the next fun little activity I have is called Up, Down, Turn Around. And I encourage you to do all of the actions that go with this. Since I'm seated so you can see me in the camera, I won't be able to do all of them, but I encourage you to get up and moving and get up, down, and to turn around. Up, down, turn around. Touch the sky and touch the ground. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, wiggle shoulders. Say hello. Up, down, turn around. Touch the sky and touch the ground. Pat your belly, blink your eyes, blow a kiss, and say goodbye. That's a really fun little activity. Alright, so we have another fun little activity. And this is a bit of a guessing game. And this is going to test your skills on knowing animal sounds. So, it's called Something in My Garden. There's something in my garden. Now what can it be? There's something in my garden that I really can't see. Hear its funny sound. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. What makes a sound ribbit? A frog is what I found. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. This cute little frog friend. Now there's something else in my garden. Now what can it be? There's something in my garden that I can't really see. It goes s, s, s. What makes a s sound. That would be a snake is what I found. This cute little snake friend. Now, I found something else in my garden, but what could it be? There's something in my garden, but I really can't see. It goes cheep, cheep, cheep. I wonder what that could be. What goes cheep, cheep, cheep? It's a chick. Cheep, cheep, cheep. There's something else in my garden. Now, what can it be? There's something in my garden, but I really can't see. It goes snip, snip, snip. Snip, snip, snip. A crab is what I found. Snip, snip, snip. I don't think crabs actually make the snip sound, but that's the sound that their little pinchers make. And this little crab guy is super cute. Now, there's one more thing I found in my garden, but what could it be? There's something in my garden that I really can't see. Hear its funny sound. Meow, meow. What did I find? What could it be if a little cat? Meow, meow. That was so much fun, and this is something that you can do all the time. This is a great one for if you're waiting for the bus or if you are in line at the grocery store, and you can practice testing out your animal sounds and knowing what they are. So I'm afraid it is time to close up our story time today with our closing song, which includes some American Sign Language, which this is the sign for goodbye. This is the sign for time. This is the sign for say. And we use goodbye again. All right, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for Storytime today.